Hello everyone, good evening. Neeraj, Sartak, Siva, Niraj, Srinath, Ritesh, Jayasti, Chinmay, Sanskar. Okay, now it's too many names for me to call out. But good evening everyone. All right. Vijay Kumar, line mar raha hai mere paas. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. So we'll wait for a few more minutes for the rest of the people to join us. And then we will get started. So I will probably grow my beard again, then trim again. Sandhya likes me without the beard, so थोड़ा pressure है वहाँ. Cool. Hey Prajwal. Hey Sachin. Satak is asking, what is this new initiative, Freelance Friday? So let me ask you, what do you think it is? What do you think Freelance Friday is all about? Let me know in the chat box. What do you think it is? Freelancing guide hai, haan bhai, but what format is it? What do you think it is? Sandeep, that's the right answer. I would say, but get closer, no? I would say Freelance Friday is going to be a content channel. That was the right keyword that I was asking for. It's a content channel, right? It's a web property. It's an initiative. So what will people get in this channel? People will get podcasts. People will get live webinars like this. People will get a newsletter, and people might also get like a YouTube video. So the way I'm thinking is that every Friday we will have a live webinar, and whatever we discuss in the live webinar, the content gets a little bit more crystallized. And the next Friday, it will be launched as a newsletter and a podcast. And then next Friday, again, we will have a live webinar. We will discuss a few things. So it's going to be like a watering hole for all the freelancers. And this is going to be like a every Friday thing where people from all the levels of my products, right? People who have joined Alpha Club, people who have joined Mastery Club, people who have joined micro internship, people who just got into my email list. And Sandeep is saying Gyan Satsang. Yeah, you can consider it that. So even people who have just opted into my email list, everybody gets to attend this weekly Friday live session. The idea is to make it like habit forming in such a way that there will be so much value delivered in every Friday class that you feel like, I'm missing out on something if I am in this field, right? So that way, one thing is to learn foundations and foundational lessons, like going ahead and going through the micro internship program, mindset, outreach, Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, how to set up a WordPress blog. So that is something like a foundational thing. But you also need to keep yourself updated with the latest thing, right? So Freelance Friday will be about those latest things. Got it? Type clear in the chat box if it is clear for you guys about what is Freelance Friday. And again, when you look at the way I operate, I don't like think too much about what it is going to be before I get started with it, right? Even I don't know what Freelance Friday is. All I know is that it's going to be like a weekly thing and it's going to attract all the freelancers. That's what I start with. Whatever you start with as a project in your life, as a business project, while you are starting out with usme kuch clarity nahi hoga. It's just like a child, right? A newborn child does not have much character, just cries, poops, and it's just there. So Sandeep, thoda curb your enthusiasm. Distract हो रहा है मुझे. So what I was saying was that whenever you start a new project, whenever you start a content channel, a newsletter, a lot of people get so worked up and overthink before they are starting. And that is why most of the people are not able to start anything. The thing is that you get started and on the way you figure out what it is about. Makes sense. You have an aha moment there? Just type aha in the chat box if you had like an aha moment, right? Kind of like makes sense. Whether whatever you do in life, like for example, if you want to go ahead and build your fitness, and if you want to like get into a particular routine, there is no strict routine that you have to stick to or have a very good clarity on what you want out of fitness. You just get started somewhere, start working out, start reading some health books. And what you really want out of that project will become clear over time as you keep moving forward. So that is the overall mindset that I want you guys to have when you are doing freelancing yourself, right? How many of you are working right now? Just type W in the chat box if you are like working right now. And if you don't mind me telling, what is the salary range that you are getting? You can just put like a ballpark figure so that I get an idea at which financial situation you are in. 30K, 50K, 15K, 5K. Can anyone work for even 5K? Surprising. 1 lakh, 28K, 25K, 1.5 lakh, 25K, 55K. So you get the idea. So most of you guys in a job or in a salary, you are getting around 50K to 1 lakh a month. And even if you upgrade your job skills and you grow in your job, you might not be able to double your income like in a year, right? So that way, when you look at it, if you want to become a freelancer, and how much do you think you want to make? Like, what is an ideal figure? Let's say you become a successful freelancer. What does it mean to you? How much if you make, it's kind of okay for your personal expenses, your quality of life, to take care of your debts and obligations, and also to go ahead and like don't give me a very big figure, give me a practical figure. Like let's set practical goals. We will reach that goal and then we will aim higher from there. Somebody will be like, hey, I want to make 1 crore per month. हाँ, 1 crore per month करेंगे, पहले 5 lakh per month करेंगे, उसके बाद 10 lakh करेंगे. That's how you have to go ahead, right? So you can see that most of the people's dream income is around 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 to 4 lakh. So few lakhs a month, right? Which makes a lot of sense because I am right now living in Bangalore and my personal expenses is around like 1.5 lakh a month. And what I do is that I have bought a car. Usme I'm paying like 40,000 a month EMI. Usme I could not like go ahead and make a little bit of sacrifice. हाँ, small car चला सकते हैं, but ऐसी भी तो चाहिए. So I'll be honest with you. Yes, I am successful in terms of building a brand, but इतना तो wealth नहीं build किया that hey, I can just retire on it. I have to work. I have to continue running what I am doing to kind of make enough wealth that I can retire on it, and then I am only working for passion and nothing else. Even I have not reached the stage because maybe my level of lifestyle expectations is a little bit high. So I figured out that I can make that much to pay for that much. So around 60,000 a month in house rent, around 40,000 a month in car EMI, and rest of the household expenses will be like within 50,000 a month. So 1.5 lakh a month is what I need to keep a certain level of lifestyle. I wanted to live in Bangalore. I wanted to have a nice car. I wanted to live in a good locality. And I wanted my house to be near the office. So I think it is okay to work hard to make that little bit more money so that you can live more comfortably and possibly also like let's call a spade a spade. How many of you guys are like single here? If you are a single guy, type SG in the chat box. So Sai Krishna is saying yes, G. Hanji. Cool. And how many of you think that if you are single, you need to earn a certain level of income to attract a good prospect into your life? And if you are married also, you need to have a good income to provide for your family, provide for, the school's education, kids, and all that. How many of you think that more money is needed? Just type MM in the chat box. If you think that, guys, there is no other option, but more money is needed. Pretty much everybody here, right? So that way, when you become 30, when you become 35, when you have a family, it is okay to have a certain level of comfort in their life, but uska ek price hai. You won't get it for free, right? If you want to increase your income to that level, then you have to become better at your skill of whatever you are doing. And usme thoda hard work karna padega, right? Is there any option that, yes, you have to make sacrifices? Let's not go on vacations. Let's not waste our weekends hanging out with friends or watching a movie. Let's sit and learn a course. Let's sit and read blog posts. Let's try contacting somebody on LinkedIn and offering a service. And you will get rejected, 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 and it will be painful. But do you think there is any option? Do you think there is an easier way? Right? Everybody here wants security, India may especially, that hey, hum government job le lenge, right? And everybody here comfortable with Hindi? Yes, just type yes in the chat box. Array, I won't speak completely in Hindi, yaar. I will speak in English. समझ में आ जाएगा, right? By the way, my Hindi is not that great also. I still have to depend on English because Hindi is not my native. But anyway, back to the topic. You need to go ahead and pay a price for it. And it is painful to pay that price in the short term. What you want in the short term, if you get that, what you want in the long term, you won't get that, right? And if you are focusing on what you want in the long term, uske liye you have to do a certain level of sacrifices. And I think I have done those sacrifices a lot, right? 2017, 2018, May I was working on weekends also. And I was not hanging out with friends a lot. I was single at that time, plenty of time. And yes, a certain level of boredom will be there. But in spite of that boredom, you go ahead and sit and get work done anyway, right? So that is the price to pay to improve your skills, because what you need to know about becoming a freelancer, making 1 to 2 lakh a month, and I call it a digital freelancer because let's say a freelance makeup artist or a freelance photographer cannot be digital. They have to go to that place. What we are talking about here is digital freelancing. Because come on, it's polluted outside. You have to take a cab. You have to go to some place. Vapas aana hai. That sucks, right? So traveling sucks, and there is nothing wrong in accepting that traveling sucks and thoda extra comfort chahiye. What's wrong in it? That's what motivates you to work, right? So what we are talking about here is becoming a digital freelancer. And you become a digital freelancer, you start making more money, because I feel that that is the biggest opportunity for people to quit their 9 to 5 job and sit at home, have a laptop and an internet connection. If you are living in a city, thoda comfort le lo, order from Zomato, order from Swiggy. Don't go and shop from grocery store, standing there with crowd and everything. Thoda comfort le lo, order it from Zepto or Big Basket and things like that. So how many of you want a life like that? Just type me in the chat box. And how many of you feel guilty in wanting a life like that? Just type G in the chat box if you feel guilty in wanting a life like that. See, how many people? So that guilt is the invisible force that is stopping you from increasing your income, boss. Because sometimes you know what to do. You just don't have the willpower to do it. And there is another invisible force where you are feeling like taking comfort in your comfort zone, wherever you are. Because you think that breaking that glass ceiling, working hard, Because the problem is that if it is guaranteed that if you work hard and that income will come, everybody here will work hard, right? The problem here is that there is no guarantee, and that is the price to pay. Because it's like you are putting down an investment, which is a lot of effort, and the return from that investment is not certain. And it won't be certain any day of the week or any time of the year or any year of the century, right? How many of you felt that there is a fear of uncertainty? Just type F in the chat box. There is a fear of uncertainty that, hey, client milega ki nahi? Acha income aayega ki nahi? Can I jump into this? But the people who end up having that freedom from freelancing are the people who thrived in uncertainty, and they were okay to put efforts even if there is a risk that the return on that efforts will not come, right? People go to medical college, work for like 4 years, 6 years, and then they are still getting a stipend. And uske baad they are struggling to set up their own clinic. Abhi clinic set up kar diya, nobody is coming. And then companies like Practo sell them some listing in which they will get more patients. By kitna hard work karte hain just because the relative certainty in making income in a field like being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a CA, doing UPSC exam, getting a government job, bank exam, उसमें certainty थोड़ा ज़्यादा है, इतना भी ज़्यादा नहीं है, right? But उसके लिए what is the price they end up paying? The price is, see, there are people who really want to do it as a service and it is their passion and they became a doctor. But do you agree that 90% of them are like chasing a certain income level without having passion for what they do? Do you agree that, right? So these people put so much effort into it because उनके parents के लिए and उनके लिए facing that uncertainty is very, very uncomfortable, right? That अरे मुझे certainty चाहिए, इसके लिए I will pay a huge price, I will work, I will go into debt, I will pay educational loan. क्यों? Because I cannot touch uncertainty, I cannot live with uncertainty. Boss, life is uncertain. You are alive today, you will be dead tomorrow. What are you talking about? Certainty in employment, in freelancing. The world is changing very fast. Abhi AI is coming, right? So the skill that you need to have to become a successful freelancer and to become a successful entrepreneur later is not, अरे digital marketing सीख लेंगे, Facebook सीख लेंगे, SEO सीख लेंगे. Now I will get more and more certifications, so I will get higher and higher chance that I am employed. That is not the skill. The skill is being comfortable with uncertainty and learning to thrive in uncertainty, where you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Anxiety ho raha hai. You don't know whether a client will pay or not. You don't know whether you will get the client or not. And you are afraid that, hey, if you quit the job and nothing happens, kya hoga? I will go ahead and have like a situation where I'm not able to. But I'm saying that go ahead and no, it's a skill, Hemant. It's not just a mindset. It's a skill. It's like a muscle. Because if you are careless, no, just like you continuously keep working out and your muscles are good and you don't work out, your muscles become atrophied again, right? So similarly, if you don't constantly keep putting yourself in an uncomfortable position, then you will get comfortable with being comfortable, and then becoming uncomfortable becomes even more difficult. So that is why I say it is not a mindset, it is a skill. You have to keep like sharpening it. And thank you, Neeraj. So that way, I think it is a skill. I believe it is a skill. And you have to constantly be okay with that uncertainty, right? And it's a way of life. It becomes a way of life. Don't keep doing the same thing again and again. Go to a new place, go to a new city, meet new people, go and get books which you don't usually read. Thoda wo mental muscles ko like flex karo. That, hey, I will go do things that I have never done before. So that makes you get comfortable and get some dopamine and adrenaline rush from doing something which is like unfamiliar and jisme uncertainty jada hai, right? So how many of you think that this mindset that I just gave you about this whole uncertainty, how many of you think that it's like a 5-star thought, that this is what you need as an operating system and an operating software for you to be successful? And I don't want to become a life coach, boss. I don't want to become a life coach, but I'm just trying to be practical, because I'm not like हाँ इमेजिन करेंगे, विजन बोर्ड में डालेंगे और मैनिफेस्ट हो जाएगा. Yes, you put it in the vision board. There is a chance that you will achieve it. But at the same time, if you are constantly looking at it and getting frustrated that I have not achieved it, then you are never going to reach your goal anyway, right? If you have to reach your goal, you have to develop a certain level of love for the process, not just for the end result. And you need to learn to do something that you love to do and then become better at it, and also thrive in that level of uncertainty, right? So your enemy is your mind. Your mind is always giving this chaos. And whenever you also think that what will your friends tell, what will your parents tell, what if you choose freelancing, quit your job, try to do something, and what if you fail, what will others think? How many of you think that you have the problem of the other, right? You think about others, you put mental effort into what others will think and what others will think about you. Log kya kahenge? We keep making fun of our parents that they are comparing us with Sharma ji ka beta, but how many of you guys think that you are also in the same trap, right? You are also in the same trap. So as soon as that thought comes, no, kill it immediately. Kill it immediately, because the every moment that you think and every moment that you waste thinking about what others will think of you is a moment that is stolen away from making your life better. How many of you agree to that? Just type agree in the chat box. Every moment that you spend thinking about what others will think of you is a time wasted, which is taken away from what you could have done for yourself within your own bubble, within your own world, right? Your only competition is your previous self. And you just have to be better than your previous self and get some happiness in having done some progress, right? And you guys keep thinking about other people. Oh, that guy is working in that company, he's making 40 lakh CTC. And then you compare your life with them. And that is how you go ahead and, torture yourself, right? So you need to get out of that habit and you need to only compare yourself with your previous self. So I'm saying that it is not like a mindset which you can switch. And then from tomorrow, you will decide that, hey, you will not think about what others think of you, right? Again, as I say, it is a skill. It is a muscle that you have to keep working out, right? I have deleted Instagram. And whenever I have to post something, I will install Instagram, enter the password, enter the OTP, post one picture, and then delete it immediately. Because if I use Instagram, no problem is that thoda from a small window it enters into your psyche, looking at other people and what they are doing. How many of you think it is true? Just type true in the chat box, right? So for God's sake, stop using Instagram. All right. The only person whose feed you should be seeing is yourself. What is your feed? And what is it telling you? Yesterday, I wasted the day. I watched some Netflix. I ate some junk food. Total lethargic I was. I checked some emails. Then I was on WhatsApp. Then I was on Instagram. Right. And that feed is telling you that your day did not go well. Now make your feed better. So if you have a great day, you woke up early, you got some work done, then you had like good breakfast, then you did some let's say you had some workout, then you did some good breakfast, then you sat, switched off your phone, had some productive day. That is your feed, boss. You look at that and get entertainment from that. Looking at what you have done well. Your past days ka memory is your feed, right? So if you are using Instagram and Facebook for client work, use it. But every time you log in into Facebook to try to go into your ad manager, if you are freelancing, don't you also go and check your Facebook updates and scroll through the feed a little bit? So Sandeep, I don't agree that mentors and coaches actually use their time better by doing making use of IG, doing IG posts, replying to the comments. Boss, if you really want to build an audience, just have a lead magnet, run ads, get leads, put it onto your email list and ask the people to come to your webinar directly. Just like right now, I have almost 200 people live in this webinar. And Instagram mein, can I hold some people's attention for even 10 minutes together? Definitely not, right? And I don't want like this tidbits of attention from people, like, shots dekhenge and then they will scroll. I don't want people with such low attention spans in my life anyway. I don't want them to be my customers. I don't want them to interact with me. I don't want them to come to my event. Only people who have an attention span of sitting and watching like a 1 hour webinar or a 2 hour class and taking notes and having some discipline to think and reflect about it. I want only such intellectual people, right? How many of you agree that you are here attending this webinar live because you have higher attention spans? Just type me in the chat box. You have a certain level of motivation. You are already ahead of other people, right? You have that certain level of motivation, that discipline, because today's webinar, 700 people registered, but only 200 of you has shown up. What does it say about you? That you have already some level of putting efforts and the mindset to put efforts. Now, Abhi, double down on it. It will be a little bit painful initially. It will feel like life sucks, but you have to go through a period of life sucks. It's just work. I'm feeling numb. I'm not having my vacation. I'm not having my sugary stuff. I'm not having my entertainment. I'm jealous of those people hanging out with each other, going for vacations, sitting and chilling with each other. Party ho raha hai. Bhai, sabko sacrifice kar do and put it on the fire, which is the fire which will build your freelancing, right? That is the logwood that you put, all the sacrifices. So how many of you are ready to do those sacrifices? Just type S in the chat box. Yes, awesome. So we will also have freelance Fridays where we will talk about technical stuff, outreach kaise karenge, ChatGPT kaise use karenge and everything. But for the first session, I wanted to keep it like more like mindset inclined. And how many of you love the fact that it is full of mindset? Just type love it in the chat box. Because I want to get feedback from you guys. I don't want to become like a philosopher sitting and talking like one Babaji, right? I'm like a technical guy. I will talk about Facebook ads, Google ads, ऐसे keyword research करते हैं, ऐसे ad चलाते हैं. That also I will tell you. But again, if you don't have this mindset, because I feel like there is a lot more to be gained from tuning your mindset, because all the things that you learn and do after you have the right mindset and the right skill for keeping yourself productive, positive, thriving in uncertainty, then all the results will be like 10x, right? All the results will be like 10x. So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to think about. And one more last mindset thing that I want to share here before we invite some guests into the podcast. We will talk about freelancing with them. Is that how many of you feel that if a client is paying you, it is an expense for the client? Just type me in the chat box. You are selling a service, the client is paying you money, and it is an expense for the client. If you are in this mindset, you will never make money as a freelancer, and you will never have the confidence to go ahead and charge money and charge high ticket prices, right? So I will tell you a simple example for this. I read this book called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a small book. You guys should also read. And in this book, Richest Man in Babylon, there was this example of how wealth is created, right? And he gives an example where imagine that there is a plot of land and a person owns a plot of land, okay? And he wants to build a house on it. So building the house takes like 1 crore in money. So I'm telling in INR terms. So when he finishes building the house, that 1 crore of money that he had, did it disappear? Let me know in the chat box. Did it disappear? No, right? Kridesh is saying it disappeared. Where did it disappear? It did not disappear. He has paid it to the mason. He has paid it to the material supplier. He has paid it to the carpenter. He has paid it to the stone worker. And this money is distributed among all these people. So that 1 crore of money has not disappeared, right? Plus, apart from this 1 crore being in the hands of multiple people, Now an asset has been created worth 1 crore. So what is the total wealth right now in this equation? Let me know in the chat box. What is the total wealth in this equation? 2 crore ho gaya bhai. Money double ho gaya. Because by offering the service of building a house, these people have taken that money, but now the house is also worth that much. So whenever you are offering a service to a client, aren't you doubling the wealth? You are doubling the wealth for the client as well as yourself, because you get that much money and the client gets something that is worth that much money. Let's say you are making a logo. How much is the logo worth? Let's say the logo is worth $500. The client pays you $500. That $500 you have it with you, but the logo is also now worth $500. Combined, it is now worth $1,000, right? So how many of you think that this mindset alone will help you charge high ticket? How many of you think that this mindset is wow? Just type wow in the chat box. So this is the central mindset that you need to have when you are working with a client, because you are going to help the client make more money and you are just charging a commission on that, which is your service charge, to help them make more money, right? So what I will do right now is that I will go ahead and invite Vijay, who is our freelance copywriter, and he has been a copywriter for a very long time, more than a decade. And he has helped me make a lot of money by writing copy for me. So I will promote him to a panelist and we will have a discussion with him. So say hi Vijay in the chat box to welcome Vijay into the webinar. Hey Vijay, what's up?
Good. What's up?
How was my discourse?
Amazing as usual.
Thank you.
Like go on listening to that one. It never gets bored. It never gets.
So Vijay mailed me in 2017 and he told me that I will write copy for you. And I had this 100-day blogging course, which I launched, and we made around 18 lakhs. No, we made around 4 lakhs in revenue in the first round. And I just sent an InstaMojo payment link. I had a course outline, but I did not have any sales emails. I did not have a sales copy. Vijay, as a copywriter, offered me to write 3 sales emails, and he wrote 1 landing page copy. We had an email list of 1,50,000 people at that time. And that list had only made 4 lakh in revenue. And uske baad, it's not like I had added a lot of people into the list. It was the same list. But after using Vijay's email copy and Vijay's landing page, and there was no video sales letter, there was no webinar sales, live sales, or anything like that. It was just very good written sales copy. We made another 18 lakhs in revenue. So the total revenue went from 4 lakhs to 22 lakhs just because there was 3 sales emails and 1 landing page copy. How many of you think it's like, that's amazing? Just type wow in the chat box if you think that that's mind blowing, right? So that was the 100-day blogging course and the magic that Vijay did for me. And do you think that when he adds so much value to my business, I wouldn't like pay him well, right? He's also making money. I'm also making money. So Vijay, how did you start out as a freelancer? And what are the challenges that you faced initially? And after achieving a certain level of mastery where you were able to charge higher ticket prices, how did you see freelancing as a way to make it like a full-time thing and not depend on like a full-time job, don't need to do business, that this freelance, that you can sell your skill for money? That level of confidence would have come at a particular point in life. So take us through the journey of it.
Thank you, Deepak. Thank you for the great introduction you always provide me. Okay, so I actually a digital marketer. Okay, so I work for different companies and as a digital marketer trainee and then executive and then team lead and all these things. But then it's like commuting in Bangalore, you know how it is. And it was taking like 2 hours to go and 2 hours to come back. So I was losing like 4 hours of my time just sitting on a bus and doing almost nothing because it's a crowded bus, sitting or standing. So most of the time getting crashed and all these things. When I reach home, it will be usually like tired, spent, and won't have any time energy to play with my kid or something like that. So that is when I was like, what is the purpose of this? So going to the office, working for 8 hours, and then commuting for another 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Then it's like getting up early, waiting for the bus. Totally, it was like I was spending like 14 hours in the work part. And then rest of the time, it's like my kid will be coming from school and I won't be able to spend time with her, play with her, all these things. So it became a question. So what am I chasing? So that is when I decided, okay, fine, let me give it a shot of this freelance. So I also like, because we've been digital marketing, I had this experience of creating campaigns and all these things. I understood that the final goal of every campaign is a conversion. So converting someone to become a subscriber or converting someone to become a prospect, a lead, a customer, and sales. So that is the end point. So for that, what is the most important thing is the messaging. So how efficiently you communicate the benefits of your product or the service, that is when you convert your prospect into customer. So copywriting was the turning point. Copywriting is a missing piece of the puzzle. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll try to become a copywriter. So I learned copywriting by going through programs, reading Dan Kennedy, John Carlton, and all these original OGs. Then it's like I wanted to practice it. So I was like confused between whether to take Indian clients or US clients. But since I don't know much about the US culture and which is alien to me, so I thought, okay, Indian lifestyle and what Indians want and this customer understanding is easy because I'm living the same life. So I'm having the similar goals like my target customers will also have. So I decided to work in Indian clients. So I shortlisted a few people who are prospects. So who are having a product to sell or selling courses, also have a brand. Because it's like when the brand power is there, it is very easy to convert. And without brand power, it will be like a challenging. So I wanted to make, I mean, like where I can put the least effort will produce the maximum result. So I shortlisted a few people and you are one among them. And you have already launched a couple of courses and you are in the process of launch. I think it took me 2 months from the first email I sent to convert you as a client kind of stuff. It took me, 60 days exactly, I think. So that is when I decided to become freelancer and you are like my first client, literally.
Awesome. Fantastic. How many of you think that that was an inspiring journey? Just type I in the chat box. Fantastic. Great. Awesome. So, Vijay, what would be your advice for people who are just starting out as freelancers? How should they start?
So first thing is like you focused on today, the mindset. Okay, most freelancers struggle to become successful because they don't have the mindset. Like you said, if people feel that the client is paying them and the client is like spending their money, so then it's like you said, they can never become a freelancer. So it is a exchange of service, right? So I am doing a service which will multiply the revenue for you, and for that you are paying a part of it. So the best way to earn more money is make more money for the clients. So it is
Yes.
like if you can make more money for the client, no client will hesitate to pay you. So that is the first thing. So we need to focus on like how we can make the client more money. But whereas most of the freelancers, when they start, is they thinking that I will write a blog post, I will write a email, or I will do digital marketing, I will do Facebook ads, I will do Google ads kind of stuff. But that is what you do. But what is in it for the client? So how will it will make more money for the client? So how I can sell more for the client? So if you start looking at that one, then results will automatically follow. So most people are like focusing on the output. So what I can do, I will write 3 emails, or I will do Facebook campaign management or AdWords campaign management kind of stuff. But that is not what the client wants. The client wants to get more leads or sell more products or make more revenue. So that is what they want to do. So you have to start thinking like, okay, fine, I am doing Google AdWords. That is what I do. But how will I get the results for the clients? So if you start thinking like how you can make your client's life better, then automatically your life will become better. But instead, if you are thinking in that what you offer, you are not offering a service which is like writing a blog post. You are offering a service where your blog post will generate maybe like 100 more visitors or 10 more leads or one more conversion. If you start approaching that, I think people will easily succeed in their freelancing career.
Yeah.
And getting clients is going to be a challenge. So that is the biggest challenge. And most people is like they focus on only one channel. They either stick to Facebook or they stick to LinkedIn or Twitter kind of stuff. But we cannot promise that, because any network can bring you. Initially, like when you are most active on Facebook, I started using Facebook. Then it's like I moved on to LinkedIn. So I started getting clients from LinkedIn. So it is like whatever works for you, you have to try multiple channels, multiple lead generation methods, and get your first client. And first client is going to be the biggest challenge. If you do the best work for your first client, then the first client will take care of you, just like you did for me.
Yes, yes, amazing. Cool. So thanks a lot for those insight, Vijay. And how many of you think that Vijay's story and thoughts were useful? Just type useful in the chat box. I will get Vijay again for a specialized class on copywriting, on how to actually become a copywriting freelancer and what kind of copy are there, how to learn copywriting, what are the different resources. So we will invite Vijay for one of those sessions in a future edition of Freelance Friday. So I think so far, you guys like how Freelance Friday is going. Just type FF in the chat box if you think that this can be like a good dopamine hit for you to keep yourself motivated every week. Yes. The more I see, the more I will be motivated to continue doing it. Right. So I will bring in different people who are freelancers because I feel that that is the biggest opportunity. It is estimated that there are 15 million freelancers in India, and the amount of freelancers will only go up and up. It gives you a lot of time freedom and location freedom, and also get to decide who you want to work with, right? So that way, I think we have had a good start. So thanks, Vijay, for joining. I will put you back as a attendee.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. Good going.
Yes. So now I will invite one more guest. Her name is Manmeet. She runs a agency called WebEasy, and she's also an Alpha Club member. And she has some insights about freelancing. We will ask her. So hey, Manmeet.
Hi, Didi. I'm just switching on my camera.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. So guys, guess where Manmeet is?
Hi, everyone.
Yes,
Yes.
Manmeet is in my office and I am in my home. So Alpha Club members get to come to our office, work out of there for a few days, do a podcast with me, and then we like go out for lunch and hang out, have some fun. And then Manmeet has traveled from Surat to spend a few days at Bangalore. And the facility at the office is open for Alpha Club members as well. So Manmeet, I think a lot of people here are interested in Alpha Club. So how many of you guys are interested in Alpha Club? Just type Alpha in the chat box if you are interested in becoming part of our mastermind program, where most of them are like freelancers and agencies. Manmeet herself is a freelancer. And when she joined Alpha Club, she started out with around 1.5 lakh per month in income. And now Manmeet is making like 4+ lakhs, 3.5 to 4 lakhs. And she's exporting services, earning in dollars directly. So Manmeet, tell us a little bit about the opportunity in international freelancing, because now the dollar rate is like 82 rupees. Even if you get $1,000, it's like 82,000 rupees, right?
Right.
It is much more profitable than having a client in India, because Indian clients will be like maybe negotiating a little bit tougher. But at the same time, it's not easy as well. So not just talk about the opportunity, but talk about the challenges as well.
Yes, right. I think one thing that you very clearly mentioned is because of the dollar rate, we always have the leverage that we make more. So, when I speak to clients initially, when I started going out in the international market, if I would quote them anywhere between, to begin with, $500 or $1,000, that would be their lower bracket. So when we talk about high ticket sales in India, it is usually, a lakh or a 2 lakh or a 3 lakh is what is considered premium to begin with. But that amount converts to $1,000 or maybe $1,500 is lower ticket in US because their high ticket is $3,000, $4,000. So when we go out to the international market and we tell them that we can do this service for you in $1,000 and bring same quality on the table that they are getting internationally as well. So for them, it is not a big price to pay. But when that converts into the INR, it becomes a lot of money for us. And plus, we do not pay any GST on it. So that's a leverage that we get.
Fantastic. What are the challenges in it? Is it more difficult to offer services to US clients, or is it a myth?
No, I think definitely it's a myth because it is when you are trying to export your services, whether you're doing it nationally or internationally, the key thing that I do is building relationships. If you can build the right relationship with your client, if you can build that trust with your client, you can deliver in India or internationally. That's definitely a myth. The challenge, one thing I would say is that one thing is looking at the right payment gateway that you would be using to invoice your clients and then getting the payments in. Is because sometimes looking at the platform that we have, PayPal is one of the biggest platforms that cuts a huge conversion fee. But there are options like Wise.com that gives you a better fees, does not cut as much in the exchange rate, and you get a lot of money. So exploring your options, looking at what payment gateways you can use and how can you export it the right way definitely helps and gets more money in. Because when we try to go out and tell Indian clients, the rate of $500 and $1,000, which is 70, 80,000, we're not going to get that. That's for sure. Yeah. So the premium in Indian clients,
and obviously,
yeah,
like the GDP of India is $3 trillion, and for US it is like $26 trillion. And dollar is the world reserve currency, so obviously their purchasing power is more. And since on the internet, it's like a level playing field, whether you are offering services sitting in US at US cost of living, or sitting in India, in any of the cities with much lower cost of living for us, like it's a much better income opportunity to export services from here.
Right. That's true. I definitely agree.
Cool. So now let's talk a little bit about how Alpha Club has helped you. How is the membership experience, and why do you think anybody should join Alpha Club?
Okay, so I think there are two things to when you're building a business. One is the learning, and the second is the execution. And there is a lot of learning on all the platforms. There are a lot of mentors, a lot of learning out there, and even YouTube as a platform. Anything that I want to learn today, I can go on YouTube, search it, and I'll get tons and thousands of videos. But while I'm watching my video, and I always say this, that a learning is always to the psychology of the person listening to it. So now today, when you were talking about mindset in the beginning, every person has their own experiences. For me, mindset could be something else based on my experiences, and listening to you, my relatability will be different to it. And maybe somebody else in this webinar listening to you, their experiences will be different and their relatability is going to be different. So when we listen to a video, we are perceiving it not as the listener is telling, but as we want to consume it according to our psychology and as we understand it, to our limited knowledge that we have, and that's how we perceive it. Now, when I'm watching a video, I've watched the entire video, and my experience, whatever I'm working on, let's say I'm running Facebook ads for a client and I see a Facebook ad video, how to run it, how to put the audience in, or how to put the interest in. And whatever client I'm working for, whatever niche I'm working for, I'm stuck. Now, what do I do? Now, I'll use a very real life example. We are running ads for a client in US. We are running Google ads for her. And since we started, the first campaign did not perform very well and we did not know what to do. Now, in the real life scenario, what we would have done is gone on YouTube, watch 100 videos where we have been stuck. But because of Alpha Club, we had the opportunity to, have that accountability and the execution that we could reach out to Shreyas, message him for a one-on-one call. He sat with us, told us all the roadblocks, which was specific to us. A YouTube video would never tell us that this niche, this platform has this problem. And because of his help, we've had a better strategy that we're presenting to the client now. And if the client gets results, they stay for a longer time. So I think implementation and accountability is everything. If you have that, you can go as, sky's the limit. So this is
Yes.
what I feel. Yeah.
Fantastic. How many of you guys think that accountability is what you need? Just type A in the chat box. If you need someone to hold you accountable, boss, you said you will do this. Have you done it? Kya hua? And somebody to follow up with you weekly, right? So that's what we are doing in Alpha Club. We are not just giving you content, guidance, roadmap, mastermind calls, events, but we are also giving you accountability. And that is the best part of it, where one of the team members from our side will reach out to you, review what you have done, and not just guide you through like roadblocks, but also hold you accountable to get things done. And pretty much everybody here, procrastination is the biggest challenge that we all deal with. There are so many things in life and so much chaos in life, right? So what I will do is that, so how many of you want to apply for Alpha Club? Just type apply in the chat box if you want to apply for Alpha Club and have a call with our team. So the initial call will be a call where we can understand what you are doing right now. So if you are already doing some freelancing or job, and if you have some traction and you want to increase your income to 5 lakh a month, 10 lakh a month, then Alpha Club will be a good fit for you. We will only take you in if we see that we are in a position to help you. And if we think that we cannot help you, even if you are ready to pay us money, we will say that, boss, maybe Alpha Club is not the right fit for you right now. So I will go ahead and share the link with you on the chat box and switch off the chat for a while so that you can go ahead and click on it and apply it right now. Because if you think that I will do it later, you might not get around to it. So don't procrastinate because it's a no obligation call. And we are spending our valuable time, almost 1 hour, talking to you. Our team will talk to you and understand what you are doing. And usi call mein clarity aa jayega, a lot of value will come. So go ahead and do it right now. And in the meantime, Manmeet, talk about the events. How fun are they?
Yeah, I have all real life stories to share. So the way I got to Alpha Club is looking at how the community is there. So I happened to attend one of the summit that was happening in Goa in the month of February. And it was an Alpha Club event as well, which I was unaware of. I attended just the third day, which was the main summit. And I see a bunch of people wearing Alpha t-shirts. And I see them sitting on the table, chatting, talking, and, laughing their hearts out. And I'm like, how long these people know each other? Like, must be friends from long time. And I sit at that table, I start talking to them, and I get to know that they met just 2 days ago. I'm like, what? I need this community. I want to be here because, a lot of times I say that when you're going through a journey, you need people like you. When I face a problem, I cannot talk to somebody who's in a different space than me. They might not understand what I'm facing. But people like me on the same journey, I can put my heart open. I can say, this is where I'm facing trouble. And apart from all the help that we get from, you guys and the Alpha team, my peer members also can bring a lot of experience. Sometimes I'll be able to add to their experience, and a lot of times they will be able to add to my experience. And that community and that bonding is something that I was looking for. So I would definitely say that it's all the craziness got me into Alpha Club.
Awesome. And I hope guys are cool with me having a subtle promotion for Alpha Club in a content channel. But obviously, there is no such thing as free, right? If Freelance Friday is a free webinar every week, it has to be sponsored, not by an external advertiser, but by our own product. So looking forward, you guys to apply into Alpha Club. And Manmeet had
also like to add one thing, if I may.
Sure.
When you were mentioning about that, apply right now, because then they would forget. I would definitely advocate this, and I've been speaking this to everyone. Whatever I've got in my life so far, I've been working into business for 3 to 4 years, and my only strategy has been say yes and think later. And that has got me to places and has got me to get in touch with you for that matter. So, going to Goa, meeting people and getting here. So I think what you definitely said is that don't think, just give in and then figure out later if that is what you want for your life. Because people who think and they get into thoughts, then if and but keeps happening and it's always delayed. A lot of times when I have to reach out to someone, even it's 12 in the night, I'll message them, sorry to bother you. This is what I have to say, and I leave my message. Because सुबह उठ के मैं भूल जाने वाली हूँ कि मुझे message करना था. So this is the time if you want to take that call, is what I would want to say.
Awesome. So I will tell you how Manvi joined Alpha Club. She had come for this event, which was happening in Goa, which is called the Goa Beachside Summit that I did in partnership with Gaurav Gurubakshani. And we had Alpha Club ka event at the same place 2 days before that. So Alpha Club members get to attend a 3-day event, out of which 2 days was just for Alpha Club. And the ticket for the 3rd day event is also included for Alpha Club because it's part of the membership. And other people had come to that bigger event where Manmeet was also a participant in it. And we had made all the Alpha Club members wear Alpha Club t-shirt. So there was like a certain level of brand awareness happening to the other participants in the event. And Manmeet spoke to me and then she joined Alpha Club, right? So now we are going to follow this strategy where we are doing this Digital Freelance Summit in August. And how many of you here have already booked tickets for Digital Freelance Summit? Just type DFS in the chat box if you have booked the tickets for Digital Freelancer Summit. Awesome. And it is an event happening in Bangalore on August 27th. So August 25th and 26th, we have an event just for Alpha Club members. And Alpha Club members also go ahead and attend the 3rd day event, which is on August 27th, which is a Digital Freelancer Summit. And I will make sure that Alpha Club members are wearing Alpha Club t-shirt. So the other people who come will automatically get branded for Alpha Club. They will talk to Alpha Club members. And since we are committed to providing like a great service, we are not afraid that, hey, what if Alpha Club members talk to other people? We want them to talk to other people. So automatically they will become our brand ambassadors. Arey Sandeep bhai, what is your problem? Like out of context, yeah, parallel chat kar raha hai bhai. Don't do this. So anyway, Digital Deepak getting angry for you guys, sneak peek. So don't you think that like it's a good idea? How many of you think that it's a good idea that to have a larger event where you guys are coming, but then Alpha Club members will also be there, and so far be there a VIP seating, right? Cool. So how many of you want tickets for the Digital Freelance Summit? Just type want in the chat box if you want the tickets. So I will give you like a short overview of the summit and what is happening in Digital Freelancer Summit. Give me a moment while I fetch the URL for it. The early bird tickets are 1,999 rupees. Per plate itself costs 1,850 plus taxes for us to host you for lunch and snacks. We are just giving away the early bird tickets at 1,999 so that once we get to like a certain level, then we will have like a 4,999 VIP ticket, diamond ticket, wo sab karenge so that the event does not become like a loss for us. But the initial tickets are just for like, getting traction for ourselves. So what is going to happen in this summit is that we are going to have like one full day summit, which goes from like morning to evening. It is happening in Bangalore. This is for people who want to become freelancers and who are already freelancers. And this is the landing page for Digital Freelancer Summit. It is yet to be linked with the payment link and everything. This is like the preview I am showing you. There are 77 days left. This is a photo that we took with Alpha Club members last time in Bangalore. So this time Freelancer Summit is happening at Radisson Blue, Outer Ring Road, May. And 9 o'clock doors are opening, 9:30 intro and welcome. I will be going first because it's my event. Why not? So I will be talking about the future of freelancing in digital marketing. Jayant will be talking about cold outreach and how to close deals with his proprietary badass framework. And we have Saurabh Bhatnagar from Flexi Funnels, who will talk about unleashing the power of tools to supercharge your freelancing. We have Gopal, who started out with a video editing agency, started out as a freelancer and then built a very big video editing agency, which had clients like Flipkart, HCL, Wipro, and all those people. And then we have Rohan from Uability, who will talk about high ticket sales. We have Supriya Jain, who a lot of you guys know, she makes around 8 lakhs a month just with freelance content writing. We have Manmeet, who will be a speaker, and she will talk about how to go ahead and export services to the USA market and how to earn in dollars. We have Sandhya, my wife, who had spent 8 years in a CA career and then did a U-turn to become like a content writing full-time employee right now, but she's going to become a freelancer again. And she has worked as a content writing manager. And how to build $1 million business by being lazy. Gaurav Gurbakshane will be speaking. So 9 speakers, 7+ hours of content, 500 attendees. We already have around 140 people who have booked the tickets. So these are the speakers. And how many of you feel like this is gonna be exciting? Just type X in the chat box if you think that this is going to be an exciting event, right? It's an event with a lot of relevancy, and you will be meeting other people. You will be meeting Alpha Club members. हम Alpha Club को भी pitch करेंगे. So don't think that we will not pitch. So थोड़ा pitch भी कर लेंगे because we have to grow our funnel, right? So I will go ahead and give you the early bird ticket link for this particular summit. And once the landing page is ready, and once we start promoting it through other speakers, the price is going to shoot up to 4,999, because the cost of doing this event itself is like almost 10 lakhs, and it will actually go more than 10 lakhs, right? So we have to make sure that it kind of works out for us. So I will share the link with you guys. So this is the link to buy tickets. And a lot of people are traveling to Bangalore from other cities to attend this event. Yes, Ravi Shankar, the tickets are refundable right now because it's an early bird ticket. It is refundable until July 15th. After July 15th, we cannot refund it because we would have given it to the hotel and fixed the number of seats. But overall, a lot of people are coming here. Anybody who buys the ticket will immediately become part of a WhatsApp community. And inside the WhatsApp community, people are discussing where are they traveling from. Some people are traveling from Hyderabad, some people are traveling from Kolkata, and they are discussing how to travel together and where to stay in Bangalore. Lunch and morning snacks and evening snacks is covered in the price and the entire event experience. And we will also be able to give you like goodie bags and some material if possible. Like, when we make enough money with the higher ticket, VIP ticket, diamond ticket, so we'll sell like a VIP ticket where you guys could have like dinner with me, and all that. We will try to raise money, and we will eventually be able to spend it for giving you like goodie bags and really giving you like a good experience, right? So how many of you are going to meet me at the Digital Freelancer Summit? Just type me in the chat box. Sandeep, yes, it's a one-day event. Thanks for having a relevant question. All right, so fantastic. I look forward to seeing you guys, on the event, and you guys will be able to meet me. And who is it from our team? Jayant? Oh, wow. Hey, Jayant.
Yes, I just reached my home and I could not. I was having this FOMO when you guys are talking, so I was like, okay, this.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So first Freelance Friday has gone very well. So guys, give feedback to Jayant. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good was it? The first edition of the Freelance Friday.
Whoa, damn. Yeah, I'm sure. Like Manmeet is there, so it's like Manmeet is one of my favorite ladies
and
out
before
there.
Manmeet, Vijay had spoken about his freelancing journey, and before that, I had spoken about like a lot of mindset stuff on how to get into freelancing, how to thrive in uncertainty, and some deep stuff. So it has started with like a good note, and we'll start building this into a property. And how many of you are going to attend the next Freelance Friday? Just type FF in the chat box. Show the
I
enthusiasm.
want to be a part of the next one. I definitely don't want to miss the next one.
Yes, awesome.
Yeah.
So Jayant is like a monster when it comes to cold outreach, lead generation, and everything, and he will show you some magic. So probably next week, we will have Jayant and we will discuss a lot of cool stuff. So I will share the call booking link for Alpha Club again. A lot of people here want to join Alpha Club. So you can go to alphaclub.com, click on the call booking link, or I will share the call booking link with you directly for June. All right. So this is the call booking link for Alpha Club. I will also mail it to you guys. This recording, I will post it on YouTube and you will get to see it in my channel. So that's about it. Anything else, Jayant and Manmeet?
My day is made. I got such a compliment from Jayant.
Arey, bro, I'm telling you, let's, we know our objectives. Stabilize the agency, start the coaching, let's kill it. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Perfect.
Super. So that's that, guys. We will keep it exactly 1 hour, 9 to 10 p.m. every Friday. And Friday is good for you guys, or do you want any other day of the week? If Friday is good, just type F in the chat box, because it kind of makes sense. You are working for an entire week for somebody else. Now the weekend is coming. You could do something about freelancing
Learn
and
something
work
on
go
Friday,
side.
implement on the weekends. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Make a fayda.
And people who are
Submit.
going to parties or clubs on Friday, they are going to miss out on this content, right? So we are not just giving you so much value and content, we are also saving you money from going and spending it at some, party place or a club or a restaurant or a bar, right? So we are helping you make money there. All right. Cool. That's that. Saturday is also a good choice, sir. Yes, sir. But Freelance Fridays sounds rhyming, so let's keep it on Friday.
Yeah. All sold on Friday.
All right. So I will mail you the link for the event. I will also mail you the link to apply for Alpha Club. Looking forward to your application. For being eligible for Alpha Club, you need to be already having some traction where you are making some money. If you are like a total newbie, have not got started, just want to learn digital marketing, then attend the micro internship program. Maybe you can join the batch too. All right. So see you guys. Good night. Thanks a lot, Manmeet. And thank you, Jayant.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yes. So this question I have to answer before closing. Sorry for the awkward moment, guys. So Ravi Shankar is asking, can we invite friends and families who are not part of your course for DFS? Absolutely, yes. You can invite them, and you will invite them and make them part of our funnel. So that is the overall scheme, because when we do offline events, everybody is like, chalo, I'm going for the event, why don't you also come? And that person also becomes our customer later, right?
Yeah.
So definitely go ahead and bring a +1, +2, +10, whatever you want. Chalo, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.